Hey everyone, it's Cardboard Collector coming to you with another video. And this time we're going to be doing it on the NECA TMNT 2012 Turtles. This set just came out not too long ago. I've been sitting on it for about a week. I've just been real busy with other reviews and everything, so I've been trying to catch up with everything I've got coming in. I got a lot of stuff coming in at the moment. So just stay tuned. I got a lot of stuff in store ahead. But I got these guys in the shredder through Walmart about a week ago, and they were kind of a surprise. I didn't know they were even up yet, and so just happened to come across them, and I was like, oh snap, I'm going to grab those, and so I grabbed them because I never bought any of the. I had the original figures that came out, but I missed the Rebel Tech, and the Rebel Techs are so expensive, and I was like, I like the way these guys look, and they're really cool stuff. I haven't had really a good chance to watch show. I sit down with my son and watched it some last year, and I was getting into it, but I need to finish it. But anyways, so I was pretty excited that NECA decided to do this line. So, it's been a good year for Turtles for me because I was a big fan of 2003. We got those with Super 7 earlier this year, and even though that I feel like those were just slightly a little disappointing, but still it was nice to have them, and so the 2012s are really cool. And then can't wait for Mezco's movie Turtles to be coming out. Those are going to be cool from the 90s. So, anyway, so enough talking. It's going to be a really long review, so we're going to try to go through it quick. I'm trying to go through everything as fast as I can because there's a lot to go over as far as like they have a lot of accessories and stuff. And when we get to articulation, all the turtles are just about the same. I have the same articulation. So I'm going to just use Leo here as the front man to show all the articulation. But we'll just kind of go ahead and get through so you can see some of the job here. Here's Leo. He's looking good. Everything looks so good. I got the katanas in the back there. Paint looks good. I only have one paint issue, and that was with Raph here. And it was when I was doing my pictures and I bent the knee joint. The paint was stuck on the back of the knee pad, so it came off onto the knee there. I don't know if I can fix this like this. It's like the plastic kind of heated and molded together slightly. But here's, move Leo out of the way so you can see Raph here. The rest of him. He looks good. Everything looks real good on it. They even got the chips in the turtle shell and stuff like that and everything there from Raph fighting all the time. And let's see. Let's move. Oh, well, he's got another chip. Let's see. Move him right here. And then here is Mikey. They even have his little freckles on his face and stuff, and he looks really solid. I'm digging the way Mikey looks here. Yeah, he looks good. I have them all their white-eyed expressions. They do come with alternate heads, which I'll show you that in the accessories in a second. And here's Donnie, the tallest. As you can see, everything on these guys looks super good. So, yeah, so nice looking figures for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and move into articulation. So articulation-wise, you have a ball joint in the neck. So the neck down here doesn't move. It's like a double ball joint that connects the neck to the head. There's a ball peg in the head, ball peg in the neck joint. So you can look down about that far. You can look up about that far. You can crack your neck side to side. The arms can get a somewhat just kind of a T-pose. They won't go past the Y. You can 360 the arm. You do have a bicep rotation, double jointed elbows. You do have you can 360 the wrist. It's on a peg, like a Marble Legend style peg, and it does have the same hinge like a Marble Legend style. There is some articulation inside the shell, so you can see you can move them side by side, and you can move them back and forth. Like that's about as forward as you can move them. You can move them back about that much. Like I said, they can shimmy kind of side to side to get a little bit of movement inside the shell. But there is no waist articulation or anything like that. As far as legs, that's about as high as I can get mine to go. And that's about as far back as I can. Oh! Dropped him. That's not good. Oh, luckily these things are pretty tough. And I just knocked all the accessories I was going to review around here. Let me move all those back in their proper places. But that's as far back as I can get them to go. They can spread really good. Have a double jointed knee. I mean, it's really good joints. I know people's complain about them. And then you can point the toes down, point the toes up that high, point them down that low, and they have ankle pivot. So, yeah, these things are very articulated. Now, I know people's been complaining about the joints. I will say that, I mean, the ball pegs in the head, when I was changing the heads and some of that, was very hard to get the heads and stuff to pop off, as far as that goes. And then with sorry, I was fixing Raph. And then with everything else, I mean, I think the posing's really good. I don't think it's any bad. The only issue I had was when I was bending the double joint in Raph's knee and the paint, where it was kind of like fused together with the knee. That was the only problem I had as far as articulation goes. So let's move on to accessories, because like I said, we have a ton of accessories to go over. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one out of the way. I'm going to do, there's 3 accessories that come with each turtle, the same 3 accessories. That's the turtle shell communicator. So you can see what that looks like. This, I'm not really sure. I'm going to guess it's a smoke powder bomb. When they disappear. That's what I'm going to guess it is. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched the show in a long time. So, and they each come with a slice of pizza. Ooh. A slightly burnt looking pizza, but a pizza nonetheless. Alright, so starting with Mikey, as far as differences goes, here is his alternate head sculpt. A happy, smiling, blue-eyed Mikey with the freckles. He comes with an alternate weapon, kind of like he has in his show. He has the blade where he can have it at the end of his nunchucks to sling around. You get one of those to put on the nunchuck. And then you have here his mutant ice cream kitty, which comes with him, which looks really looks cool. And then as far as hands, you get a pair. With Mike, you get a couple of different things. You get a pair of each of these hands, what I call the cowabunga hands, or maybe looking like he's spinning his nunchucks or something. You get one for each side on that. You get a pair of open hands, one for each side. Well, you get that one. This one's a little bit more closed off, like it could hold something, but it is an open hand. But that's for the other side. And then you have like these pointer. You get a pointer finger that goes on each side for Mikey. So that's all the accessories for Mikey. Let's move to Raph. Like I said, the pizzas, the turtle shell communicators, and the smoke bombs come with each. So the differences are going to be, oh, and of course, I'm sorry, I forgot. Mikey, you have his nunchucks. They are removable up here at the top, so you can slide them into the belt easier, and so you can interchange the pieces. Mine come off kind of easy. They're very loose, so do keep that in mind. So the top part can easily come off. Just gotta be careful with that. Moving into Raph here. Here he is, his alternate head sculpt, which I really dig it. I love the looks with the eyes with all these, and I would rather, I mean, I like the white-eyed look, but I would rather have like this head with Raph instead of the screaming head that I got him with. But unfortunately, not all the turtles came with like their eyes, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So I'm trying to display them all in the same kind of cadence. And then we got Raph's pet mutant turtle here, his little pet dragon turtle, I think is what it is, which is really cool. And then Raph comes with only 2 other sets of fists besides his holding hands he's got, or his weapons. He's got a pair of fists here, and then he's got a pair of open palm hands. And that's it for all the accessories, Raph. He's got one for each side of those. So Donnie comes with quite a bit of stuff. Oh, and I keep forgetting, I'm sorry. And then I have Raph with his sides. They store back here. They look really good. I will say they are plastic. They're not any kind of rubber, so they feel like they could snap off easy if you do something wrong. Like, you know, if you try to put them between his fingers, like how he holds his sides sometimes, be careful, because there is a possibility I feel like you could break them. Moving on, Donnie stuff. So here's Donnie's alternate head sculpt here, with his gap in his teeth and his kind of goofy look and everything. I dig it. I love it. So I haven't watched enough of the show, but I do dig it. Moving into, let's go ahead and do his hands here. Like Mikey, he's got a pointer finger, one for each side here. And then he has kind of like the same as Mikey. He has the open palm hands. One's that's like kind of closed off, and then one is like fully open. And that's all the hands for Donnie. Moving into his accessories, you have his extra. You can detach the bow staff and equip that part up there to it. It comes attached at the top of it, and you can equip his blade like he uses in the show, I believe. I think he used it a few times. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you here. He has bow staff that stores back here on his back. This piece does come separate. I had a hard time trying to get that's one thing I will say. I did have a hard time trying to fit the peg into the hole. It's easier if you got the bow staff in here and to get it in there, but my peg was actually a little too small, so I had to kind of take a X-Acto knife and kind of scrape out a little bit in there just to kind of get mine to fit. But it does come off top part here, and you can slide it in there, and then that's how you would also change to the alternate, like for the blade on top of the bow staff there. Moving along here, he comes with his his goggles here. He's got all his equipment and stuff on him, and they look really cool. I dig those. You have this little device right here. It looks like a mix between a Game Boy and a egg beater. It's really cool. I think it looks cool, like a tracking device maybe or something. And then you have this mutant kind of chicken with the brain. Ooh. I can't hold nothing tonight. Sorry, guys. This chicken with the brain here. Like I said, I haven't watched the show. I don't know. I don't know what. Haven't watched enough of the show to see this part yet, but I know I've seen it in a few clips. So, yeah, the chicken's prevalent. It's one of the show episodes. So that's it for Donnie. We're just gonna move on to Leonardo here. So Leonardo comes with his alternate. Now this is the reason I keep mine displayed with white eyes. So because Leonardo's alternate head is actually like a meditation closed eyes head, which fits well for Leo. I get why they did that, but I would have loved to have an open eyed head so I can kind of have them all displayed in that open eyed look. But that's okay. And then he comes with a pair of closed fists here. He comes with quite a few hands here. Then you have a pair of like the well, I say a pair, but it's like only one of the kind of spinny one of these kind of hands, one of these like cowabunga hands, I guess. And then you have a one of these kind of open palm looking hand. It's weird this is for the opposite side for that same hand. And then like the other ones, like some of the other ones, you have the open palm kind of hands here. And then of course like the weapon holding hands that they already have on them. Each of them come with the weapon holding hands already on them. And then Leo here, you have come to his back, you have his sheaths for his katana. And you do have his swords. And just like the show, there is a longer one and a longer one and a slightly just shorter one. And they look pretty good. I think that they did a good job as far as these go. They look good. Now I will say with mine, I don't know if you can see this, but on this side it's like a white where it's like unfinished painted, and this side it's like, you know, nice and smoothed off and everything. The short one goes on this side here, and I have no problem getting that one in there. It's kind of loose actually. This side right here where the white and stuff is, and I don't know if mine's just a factory defect or what, but I have to kind of push that one in there, and it fits snugly, which I do like the more snug fit. But at the same time, it's like, you know, the first few times I was doing it, I was like, man, I feel like I'm about to break this thing trying to get it in there. So there's that, you know, just be careful. Hopefully yours won't have that. Maybe it's just mine. Then here we have that, it's like I'm not sure what this is. Like I said, I haven't watched the show. I've seen a few clips where I've seen him use it. I don't know, it's like a matter transporter, like a transporter or some sort of like opening to a zone or something. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not really sure. But this gun that comes with Leo. And then you have this small little insect looking thing with like a camera on it. I don't know what that is to the show. It looks like a cockroach maybe or something. I'm not really sure. But it's got a little device on its back or something. So Anybody that watches the show, I'm sure you know what it is. I don't. Like I said, I need to finish watching the show. But anyway, so that's, sorry, I keep shaking the camera. That's it for all the accessories. Like I said, they come with a lot of stuff here. So we're gonna move into comparisons. So instead of trying to get, I have quite a few different sets of turtles. But instead of trying to get all 4 turtles up there for comparison, I'm just going to kind of compare Leo with all his counterparts, because I actually have more Leos than I do all, like, there's some sets that I don't have all 4 turtles. Like, the only ones that have all 4 turtles on it right now is the Super 7 set and the Mezco. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to I have a few different Leos, so we're just going to kind of Leos. Speaking of Mezco, here is the Mezco Leonardo. So we can kind of get these comparisons here. There's Mezco Leo. Here is the 2007 Leonardo. So you can kind of see what these guys look like together. And they look good. So I'm going to move these two out of the way. Next up, here is the original 1987 cartoon Leonardo. I believe this is the 2-pack version that came with the shredder. Unfortunately, he's the only one of the 87 ones I have. I sold the rest of mine, then I ended up buying the Leo back. And then here is a Mirage Comics style Leonardo. He did have the red band originally, and I painted it blue. I got to go back and fix. It looks like some of the blue kind of bled into the white of the eyes slightly, so I do got to go back and fix that. But you can kind of see how all these line up together, and these two are NECAs, so that's why I was wanting to kind of compare. These are the only two other NECA Leonardos or turtles that I have. So I can't get that one to stand, not well at least, but there you go. So you can kind of see what you're working with here. But that's it for all the turtles I have. Other comparisons, of course, from this same line, and he will be one of my other reviews up when I post the turtles. But in the same cadence, here he is with the 2012 Shredder. So you can see Shredder's got some height on him. Dude's tall. I mean, he's freaking tall compared to the turtles. I'm gonna straighten him out here, so you can kind of get the full Monty of him. There you go. Yeah, dude's really tall compared to the turtles here for sure. So you can kind of see that scale and that difference there. Let's see, other figures I just happen to have with me here for comparison. Here they are. Here he is with a Marvel Legends Gamerverse Marvel vs. Capcom Wolverine. I'm gonna pull Shredder away here. I forgot to break out my Mezco Casey Jones so you could kind of see that, but I'm trying to think. I thought I had one more sitting here for a comparison. I swear I did, but apparently I'm not seeing it right now. Anyways, okay, well, guess not. But yeah, so there's just there's with the Marvel Legends Wolverine, so you can kind of see how he scales with other things in different lines there. I know I had something else just sitting out here. I'm sorry, guys. My brain is scattered right now. Well, here he is with here's a Mezco, the mask. I don't know if the turtles and the mask ever teamed up. Man, if they did, because I mean they're both in, both kind of. I don't know. I feel like they got the same kind of vibe, cartoonish looking, and everything. I think that'd be kind of cool. But there's, Mezco style, so you can kind of see how Mezco would kind of fit in with those. You've seen it with the turtles, but the Mezco turtles are a little shorter, so there's that kind of look. But anyways, but that's it for. Also, I think we'll call that on the comparisons because we're getting into the 20-minute mark here. So after everything, I will say, I think this is a great set. I know a lot of people's been bashing them pretty hard. I think overall, the big thing, like I said, for me, that was a problem was the knee pad with Raph, with the paint or the actual texture of the whole part of the shin guard or part of the knee pad or whatever coming off on the leg. That was a problem. I'll admit that. Like I said, the heads were hard to swap. Now the heads and all the joints and stuff, I feel like that can be fixed with, they're super tight. It's NECA. You know what I'm saying? Like NECA, just they're known for some of the stuff. Just heat them up, man. Just if you just heat them up a little bit, give them a little heat, and then that way you can kind of get the joints moving a little bit better. They're stiff right now, but a little heat goes a long way. The only other issue I can think of besides the knee pad with Raph and like the really stiff joints with it's not so much stiff joints as it was like hard to pop the heads on and off, hard to kind of remove the hands. Not as bad with the hands as it was the head swap the heads. The heads are just like ridiculous. But like I'm not planning on switching the heads again for a little bit, honestly, so it doesn't matter. And then like the little defect I had on Leo with his sheath, but other than that, like I mean, as you've seen, Leo poses really good. Like I mean, they pose really well. So I don't know. Like I mean, I'm not sure what other issue. I've just been hearing from friends that everybody else, other reviews that they've seen before I could get this one out. They were talking about all the issues everybody had, but honestly, man, I think I ain't really had that. Like I said, besides the knee pad and the defect in Leo's sheath, I mean, everything else was fine. Like the head, like popping the heads on, like I said, popping the heads on and off was pain. But I mean, as far as movement and articulation, these things pose up. I mean, you'll see them in the pictures. I mean, I got here at the end here, you'll see some of the poses I was able to get them in. I mean, I had a good time with them. So, anyways, saying all that, I hope that you enjoyed the review. If you didn't, I hope that you at least found it educational and informative. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. One little click of a subscription button for you is a big click for me. We're on the road to 1,000. The day this video post is actually when I'm doing a drawing for anybody who watched the Marvel Legends Daredevil Born Again Punisher review. If you are subscribed to the channel and you commented DBA Punisher, you are entered into a chance to win a new in box Marvel Legends Daredevil Born Again Punisher. So if you haven't had a chance to do that, like I said, by the time this video comes out, I'm doing the drawing that night. I'm gonna give it the full day. So you still have a chance to enter if you watch this video at that point in time. If not, I'm sorry you missed out, but I will be doing another one. I do have another figure coming up that we're going to be doing a giveaway for, and we're trying to do it, because we're on the road to 1,000, celebrating hitting the 500 mark, but on the road to 1,000. So like I said, just feel free to subscribe. Like I said, small click for you, big click for me. Anyways, I got also in the description below, I got my social medias where I post a lot of pictures, even like pictures I do for my reviews, pictures I don't do for my reviews, just pictures I have fun with. This is where I post all my stuff. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Threads. I post TikTok videos with my pictures and stuff. I just like to post a lot of different places and show off. I like to show off some of the pictures I have, because I mean it makes me happy, and I'd like to spread the joy a little bit, Anyways, saying all that, I hope that you're having a great day, great night, wherever you're at. I hope that you're safe, and I hope that your collecting will always be fruitful. Later, guys.